Margot Maller developed a program in which American students ages 14 to 18 traveled to the country of Poland for 6 weeks. The students then were associated with Polish students of the same age. The Americans and Poles experienced a summer together. They went to school to learn the Polish and English languages, then created video documentaries together. To tell you more, here are the directors of the trip, Margot Maller and Bill Rahim.
This program is a typical exchange program. It's designed for American and Polish students to get together and share information and skills and their lives. The American students live with Polish families, and by living with them and seeing how they live day to day, they get a better appreciation of what it means to be a Polish student. And the Polish students get an opportunity to practice their English every day with an American student who lives in their home. So it's a program that has a lot of sub-goals. The two main ones are for the Americans to get an exposure to another part of the world, specifically Poland, and for the Polish students to get an opportunity to practice American English. And although the American students don't study the Polish language to the depth that the Polish students study English, they still study Polish so that they are able to communicate in normal daily situations, and also as a way of showing respect and honor to the people who live here. Because even though American English, even more so than British English, really American English is becoming the international language, it is not the only language, and it is not to be expected that people all over the world speak that language, and it should not be expected that people all over the world share American values. And it's a way to have American kids explore that and learn what it means to be a Pole, and through exploring another culture and having to explain what America means, I think in a deeper sense learn what it means to be an American. Because a lot of times we haven't had to ask ourselves those questions, like what does it mean? Why do we do it this way? Why do we buy the things that we do? Why do we do the things that we do? And when people ask us, sometimes we don't have good answers. Sometimes we say that that's just because the way we do it, and we think, well, maybe that's just a way, not necessarily the way. So it's a real process of exploration. Well, we have 6 teachers and 1 handyman, jack of all trades, master of all trades, the man with 1,000 cousins. I guess we should start with the teachers. We have Suzanne Honorato, who is a professor at Yale. She's a lecturer at Yale. She teaches sociology, and she came over this summer to explore peer teaching process, to explore what would happen when the teens from these 2 very different cultures and societies that are changing, what would happen when they mix, because Polish culture and Polish society is really changing as a result of the political changes in the past few years, but really the same is happening in the United States. We're going through a lot of upheavals and a lot of problems and a lot of things that people thought would happen, and a lot of expectations that people had. They can't have those same expectations, and so she was interested in exploring what would happen when these 2 cultures came together. And she'll come back next year. She's planning to come back. Margaret Kinson, who most people know as Maggie, is a nursing student from the University of Washington. And she was interested in not only exploring the teenagers as they interacted with one another, but trying to explore healthcare and what that meant, or what that means here in Poland, to get a sense of education and medicine. Then there's Alicia Ralph, who's another general all-around person with many talents, but she worked at Alaska Public Television, and so had a lot of experience in video. And so she came over here as our video specialist and was able to teach kids about proper video techniques and editing and just some basic ideas behind putting together a video project. And then we had Julita Nogajewska, who's an English teacher at a vocational school here. and she taught Polish. And it was really nice to have her instruct our students, because she certainly knows what it's like to teach a foreign language, and she knows what it's like to learn a foreign language. Who have we left out? Except for Tomek Zimbiński, who has been incredible in that he's donated a lot of his time arranging things. Anytime we had a problem, Tomek had a cousin who could fix it. And he would do anything from bringing food out to the kids who were camping at the archaeological dig to tracking down a television set so we could show the videos here in a country that has a different video system from the system we're using.
Well, I think one of the explicit motives and goals for the Polish students is to improve their English. Throughout the school year, they study English in a classroom setting, and through this program they also study English grammar and vocabulary. But by having American students here as peer teachers, as roommates, as new friends, they have the opportunity to practice their language skills. They have the motivation to talk with people that have their same interests, same taste in music, same problems as teenagers, and they have an opportunity to practice, and the motivation's there because they certainly heard a lot about American teenagers, American culture through TV and films and such, and this gives them a chance to, first of all, check out what's true, what isn't true, what have they missed, and you know, things like that.
Well, last year, Bill and I talked about having American kids over here, and we figured that the best way really for there to be healthy interaction and not just a lot of staring at each other and a lot of boredom and a lot of possible missteps and miscommunication would be to have a project that people could work on together, and a creative project somehow using the English language. And I had taught English about 3 years ago and had made a video with one of my students and found it to be very effective. And so Bill and I talked about what it would be like to have American students and Polish students work together throughout the entire process to make a video in English. So they'd have to write the script, they'd have to write the storyboard, plan out what the video would be like, they'd have to tape it, they'd have to do everything that was involved. The idea behind it is not necessarily to create brilliant Academy Award-winning videos, although certainly you want to have something that's interesting and a coherent story and something you're proud to show other people, but to have a process, a creative process that people are working, trying to solve a problem. And it kind of creates more of a team effort, and it has people working towards the same goal. And it's a nice medium in that, as I mentioned before, one of the most difficult things about being an adult and trying to learn a foreign language is that we know how sophisticated we are. I mean, we are. We've experienced a lot. We've gone to school. We're intelligent people. And we don't have the words, but we certainly have the images. And so what we can do is we can express our creativity and express ourselves as the interesting people that we are through video images.
Poles and Americans were mixed into 4 groups. From these groups, the students created their documentary videos. The videos varied in style. Group A created a documentary on an archaeological dig site. The group spent 4 days and 3 nights on the dig, recording a professor and his students at the site. The group then added music and their voices, describing how they felt during their stay.
Here you meet with tradition. Time is going to stop for 15 minutes. The history of Poland is coming to us And what we hear her say is that Piaski Rohi means the rising and setting of the sun.
Piaski, that's archaeology. That means the friendship bound with history. Some people believe that this union of fire, mist and age is the most beautiful place on earth, and it is different from our modern lives. However, the number of its enemies is fewer than the number of its followers.
From the beginning, Professor Krotoszyn has been the leader of the research that has been conducted here. Music, history, philosophy, and also foreign languages are some of the passions of Professor Krotoszyn. For him, the world is full of the great lights and mysteries of life, and instead of cowering from them, covering them with his hands, he welcomes the mysteries with open arms.
Piaski is a distant place that to me is very nice and interesting. Piaski teaches people natural way of life. Piaski is proof of the existence of people living before us. It is worthwhile to visit this place. Every year, people go to visit the archaeological site of Piaski.
Piaski is unchanged, where the layers of the ground are assemblages of crusts, and infinity of generations have left only bones behind. But on the ground of these traces, we are offered hope of the possibility to reconstruct the life of these people. It is incredible. Everyone who feels this atmosphere, which is right in Piachy, will experience an interesting archaeological adventure.
Group B created a slapstick comedy about a business executive who is knocked unconscious by a falling brick and is turned into a bumbling fool. Later, he is hit over the head again and returns to his normal state.
How disgusting! Drunk in the middle of the day?
Hey, buddy! Hey! Buddy. Oh, I'm Buddy. Hey, let's go get drunk. No thanks.
Are you drunk, my son?
No, I'm Buddy. Those girls are looking for drunk.
Group C developed a cult film. Its plot was difficult to follow. The story follows an average man who mistakenly picked up the wrong bag and was tracked down by evil men who are after their bag. At the end of the story, we find out that the contents of the bag is the Energizer Bunny.
Oh, no!
Lori, come on, come back. Man, it's not my bag.
It's not?
Yeah. Go and get my bag.
Bad man over there, he's got him.
Good, are you okay?
Very okay.
Get my bag. Get the police.
Where is my bag?
What do you think you're doing?
You, get out. I want my bag.
What bag?
Maybe my pet will help you to remember. Yeah. Bag. Oh, bag.
Group D created a fantasy called The Legend. In this video, a grandmother tells a story to her grandkids about 3 girls who heard mysterious music and wandered deep into the forest alone, never to return.
You don't mind waiting here for us, do you?
Wait.
What?
Do you hear the beautiful music?
Yes. I think it's coming from behind those trees. No, wait, you can see it. It's just... Look at all the colors.
Girls! Wait for me. Come later. I can find my way home alone. Don't leave me. Just wait for me.
The grandkids do not believe in the story, but in the end, the grandkids hear mysterious music and wander away.
I don't hear anything.
What? What's the sound? Where?
When the video documentaries were completed, a presentation night was held for the parents of the Polish students and the Americans' host families. Each American student met with their host family and thanked them for their warm hospitality. The final week was spent on a trip around the beautiful country, staying in such cities as Warsaw, Krakow, and Gdańsk. The students learned much about the ever-changing history of Poland. They visited Auschwitz, the German concentration camp that was the place of death for millions during the Holocaust. Now it is a memorial museum. For many, this week-long trip was long awaited and well-deserved. As a participant of the Word for Word program, I can honestly say that it did so much good in so many ways. It connected people of the same age and of the same state of mind, but halfway across the earth. A lot of good, strong friendships were made, and I, for one, am definitely going back.